The Transformers universe and the Dragon Ball Z universe have a lot in common. Storylines, power hierarchies, and characters to name a few. But one thing that they both have in good supply is good supervillains. Both series have villains that can destroy planets, alter universes, and kill indiscriminately. The most iconic from the Dragon Ball Z universe has to be Frieza, and his counterpart in the IDW universe would have to be Megatron. Two power-hungry rulers who command large armies with plans of universal domination. But while they share the same outlook on the world, which one of them deserves the title of the ultimate supervillain? Well, in this video, we're going to do just that. But before we begin, we post videos like this every week with an occasional power ranking thrown in. If you feel like that is something you'd enjoy, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and sit back and enjoy the video. Frieza is one of the main antagonists in the Dragon Ball series and is shown to be a character that brings incredible cruelty and evil to the universe. While he might carry a short figure with horns and a tail, his actions are anything but adorable. Frieza is responsible for some of the most horrific acts in the show, including things like impaling Vegeta with a finger blast, obliterating Krillin, and destroying entire planets with massive energy attacks. Much is unknown about Frieza's alien race and heritage. What is clear is that both he and his father were both born mutants with abnormally high power levels. To put it into context, Frieza's innate strength is exceptional, and unlike many other characters in the Dragon Ball series who transform to become stronger or Super Saiyan, Frieza's transformations actually make him weaker to avoid inadvertently destroying an entire planet, and he does this intentionally, which means that he is acutely aware of the depths of his power. With the vast resources of his father's empire and an army at his disposal, Frieza embarked on a campaign to conquer planets across the universe and sell them to the highest bidders. Anyone who dared to object to his actions would ruthlessly be killed along with their family. With the strength to destroy entire planets and an endless supply of soldiers, there are very few people who can match the wrath of Frieza. But instead of getting his own hands dirty, Frieza usually delegates his dirty work to his alien soldiers. But if the need arises, he isn't hesitant to personally engage in combat, particularly when dealing with spiky-haired space warriors who challenge his authority. Frieza's power stems from his profound understanding and control of his own life energy, known as Ki. He can use Ki to enhance his physical capabilities and create devastating projectile attacks, including the iconic Death Beam, Death Ball, Death Wave, and Death Cannon. His powers go beyond offense. He has a strongly developed telekinetic skill that allows him to hurl objects using his mind. He fires laser beams from his eyes and conjures up key force fields whenever he needed. Frieza even developed the ability to sense the ki of others through sheer observation, showing just how much control he has over his energy. Frieza's speed is astounding. He can keep pace with Goku's ki attacks, which, when scaled to the ki he absorbed for a spirit bomb against Kid Buu, could traverse the universe in less than a minute. That is so ridiculously fast that to pull it off, you would have to run over 17 quadrillion times the speed of light. Actually, he had so much power at his disposal that he even conquered planet Vegeta, a planet literally known for destruction. If that wasn't enough, he grew increasingly paranoid about the Saiyans becoming powerful enough to challenge him that he made the drastic decision to destroy the entire planet. Planet Vegeta had 10 times the gravity of Earth, and it likely had 10 times the mass and required 100 times the gravitational binding energy. This would mean that it would have taken Frieza a blast equivalent to 5.3 septillion tons of TNT to destroy the planet. Also, this wasn't even his final form. Unfortunately, Frieza's plan to eliminate the Saiyan threat wasn't entirely successful, as some Saiyans managed to survive and continue to fight. Frieza has taken his fair share of beatings as well, from being crushed by Goku's Spirit Bomb to being split in half to being left to drift in the vacuum of space. He has managed to survive nearly everything that has been thrown at him. Despite these extreme conditions, he can survive with most of his body missing, though, unlike other villains in the Dragon Ball series, he cannot heal on his own. But to be fair, it is his only weakness. But how would the leader of the Decepticons fare against the dreaded Conqueror? Before Megatron led the most fearsome army in the universe, he was a miner who had to become a gladiator. During that time, he found the inspiration to rise and create the Decepticons. Since then, he's never forgotten his roots, and he's defeated nearly everyone who's challenged him both within and outside the Decepticon army. But is he powerful enough to give Frieza a run for his money? Let's find out. Megatron is the founder of the Decepticon uprising and its battle-hardened leader. With a penchant for battle and a belief in a grand purpose for his people, he rejects peace and cooperation with other life forms, advocating for universal conquest, which if you see is the complete antithesis of Optimus Prime. While he does experience a change of heart in the later issues, it's challenging to ignore his history of violence and destruction, which is literally responsible for the deaths of billions. Megatron's resilience is striking. He withstands attacks from Autobots and Decepticons, essentially rendering them useless. He has been able to survive explosions in space, resist moon-based forces, and recover from fatal injuries. Megatron's sheer tenacity and invulnerability set him apart from the other Transformers. Megatron isn't merely strong and durable, he's also an accomplished fighter and strategist. As Optimus Prime's rival and equal, he excels in combat and leads battles on multiple fronts simultaneously. Equipped with a potent weapon known as the Fusion Cannon, this immense laser bazooka can strike targets from a distance of 12 miles, and a single shot could lay waste to a small town. What set this weapon apart was its incredible speed. Its projectiles could exit the Earth's atmosphere from ground level in a mere second. By calculating the Earth's dimensions and the angle of the shot, it was determined that the Fusion Cannon's projectiles can move at speeds of over 4,200 times that of sound. The catch is that he needs time to recharge the Fusion Cannon between shots, so to bridge this gap, he employs his Energon mace and shield for close combat. Growing up as a gladiator certainly does make things a lot easier for the Decepticon leader. Much like Frieza, his arsenal extended to include the ability to fire lasers from his eyes and arms, launch buzzsaws with the power to slice through solid rock, fly through the air, and generate a protective force field referred to as a panic bubble. Though the panic bubble might seem like a vulnerability measure, it actually isn't. If someone breaches the panic bubble, it won't let them leave, performing the panic element into a dire reality. Megatron was not trapped in there with them. They were trapped with him. His metallic hide protects him from most attacks. It was able to withstand an explosion so strong that it shot Cybertron out of orbit. Considering the mass of Cybertron and the velocity required to send it hurtling through space, it was clear that Megatron had survived an explosion equivalent to nearly 4.5 exatons of TNT, a force capable of obliterating a small star, the kind of power that Frieza would have under his belt. Even in the speed department, Megatron is not too far behind Frieza. He could keep pace with Decepticons like Starscream, who could traverse the galaxy from Earth to Cybertron at velocities hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light. So it's obvious that the skills and feats of these two ultravillains are within range of each other. But who would come out on top in a fight? Megatron's ruthless resilience, while effective in some scenarios, found itself outmatched by Frieza's overwhelming power. Megatron's trump card is his Fusion Cannon, a force capable of obliterating Frieza regardless of his toughness. The prospect of this was a real one, considering Megatron's status as a master tactician with literally millions of years of combat experience. Frieza, on the other hand, relies primarily on raw power and intimidation to secure victories. Also, while Megatron scaled to characters capable of traversing galaxies, Frieza had demonstrated the ability to keep pace with Goku, believed to be trillions of times faster. Coupled with Frieza's smaller size and the protective key force fields at his disposal, he had plenty of ways to defend against Megatron's antimatter attacks. Megatron's only hope would be to overpower Frieza, and even though Megatron had survived planet-destroying explosions and clashed with beings of immense energy, Frieza's powers are simply on another level. This was especially evident when considering Frieza's apparent superiority to Goku and Beerus during their battle. Frieza's super forms vastly exceeded Megatron's power. In the end, Megatron, despite his cunning, would fall to Frieza's dominance. But let's hear your thoughts on the matter. Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. Thank you for sticking around and watching this video until the end. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to catch more content like this every week. Till next time.